Hello everybody, welcome to theTube. A lot going on. Here's our lineup. Project Fi puts Google in competition with mobile providers. 3 new app ads to convince you to buy an Apple Watch. Israeli and US tech combined forces producing a 3D printed car. This wacky Chinese app is now making the whole world crazy. And President Obama's yearly stand-up routine goes hyper-viral, and more. Don't go. Big news of the weekend. The EU seems intent on putting up a fight against US tech giants after handing Google its charges in what might become the biggest antitrust case of the decade. The EU is now turning its sights on Amazon, Facebook, and other web monopolies. In a leaked document to the Wall Street Journal, the EU Digital Commissioner is considering the creation of a new regulator with the specific intent of overseeing leading digital businesses such as Amazon, Facebook, Booking.com, and even Etsy and TripAdvisor. The document highlights the danger that some of these companies, and we quote, are transforming into supernodes that can be of systematic importance for the rest of the economy. Only a very limited part of the economy will not depend on them in the near future, it argues. It also adds that this could put the whole European economy at risk. So, is this the beginning of an EU-US tech war? We'll wait and see. Now, Google made a big announcement over the weekend as they confirmed plans to launch its own wireless service called Project Fi. The service will leverage existing Wi-Fi networks and switch to carrier networks only when Wi-Fi isn't available. This approach to mobile is what some are calling Wi-Fi first. When implemented properly, a Wi-Fi first model can regulate cellular networks to simply filling the gaps between hotspots. You will pay Google for your phone service and data plan, and Google will be the ones who pay cellular providers once a user will use their service. For now, you need to have a Nexus 6 phone to participate in Google's new experiment, but given its size and influence in the device space, Google's Project Fi could mean a farewell to cellular providers. Nice knowing you, or not so nice.
Connection is a human right. It's the thing that enables you to do all the great things that you want to do in your life.
Our mobile phones and the connectivity in those phones are the thing that keep us not just connected to networks, but connected to people. With Project Fi, we wanted to build a wireless experience really from the ground up. As you move around the world, there are different networks that are strong in different places. In your home, the Wi-Fi might be strongest. On your commute, a cellular network might be strongest. And the cellular network near your office might be different from the cellular network near your home. What Project Fi does is very seamlessly move people between networks depending on where they are.
That can really help you transform the way you communicate and give you the best connectivity you need wherever you are.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to help people be connected, give them the fastest speed, and think about what actually is the future of communication.
We've built a framework that enables us to constantly evolve our service.
Yep, looks good. Now, when we talk 3D printing, we usually think about having a printer at home somewhere in the near future and printing any small design we might need. We think small, but Autodesk Israel is thinking big. Today, here in Tel Aviv, the leading 3D design software manufacturer Autodesk unveiled the first 3D printed car to be printed in Israel as part of the EcoMotion 3rd annual event, promoting smart transport solutions and accelerating transport-related startups. The Israeli 3D printed car was made in close cooperation with Massivit 3D and with Detroit-based boutique vehicle manufacturer Local Motors, which has recently printed the world's first 3D printed car. With us to explain what it's all about and talk some big 3D printed future is Lilach Sapir, VP Marketing at Massivit 3D, the company that did the actual printing. Hello.
Hi, Jason.
So tell us a little bit about Massivit 3D, please.
Well, Massivit 3D is a new startup in Israel that is developing a 3D printing solution in large format and very fast mode of printing. And that's what we are doing, and that's what we are going to bring to market. And the solution is intended to take 3D printing to additional new applications, and as I said, in a very large volume and size, and very fast, so that it won't take forever to print those large objects.
How did you get involved in this project of, well, printing a car?
So in this project, we are collaborating with two other companies. Local Motors, who is an American company who's developed the design of the car, and Autodesk, another very large company that is doing the software through their Spark platform. And with the Spark platform, Local Motors created the file and prepared it for 3D printing. And with our technology in Massivit 3D, we have used the solution we have to print the car in actual.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Massivit's printer?
So as I said, the Massivit 3D solution is unique. It has its own new 3D printing technology. We call it GDP, gel dispensing printing. And we have developed the technology, the printing material that is unique to that system, and the printer itself, the system. The target is to print large objects, primarily for markets of advertising and branding, or decoration and theming. Applications like you would put in retail shops, in exhibitions, in theming of different venues. It could be restaurants, hotels, or it could be any other visitor center, museum, or any other location you want to create an atmosphere in it, to put sculptures, to put different objects, to put creative items into them which are unique, and you want to print one-offs of them or maybe two-offs. It's a great solution to print things for events or exhibitions like the exhibition we have here on cars. And so for us, this is a way to show that you can print real dimensions or even enlarged projects with a solution like we have to create a one-off demonstration of an object or a product.
You know, it's a very competitive field. What makes Massivit's technology different than all other printers out there?
Thank you for that question, Jason. It's a very good question. So the 3D printing is indeed a very loaded field with quite a lot of new startup and new solutions coming every day. Yet, as we see the market, the two strategic directions that most companies take is either going more accurately and looking for industrialization, creating parts, creating the final product, and the other direction is taking it to the house, to the home, to create a desktop 3D printer. The direction we have taken is slightly different. It goes for more decorative items. It is the end use of those items, but it's items that are in low quantity normally, very unique, very specialized, very large format, and as I said, very fast. And this is what makes our solution so unique and so different. Also, the way we print is different than most technologies that you see today. Our material is unique and different. The way we use it is different. It enables us to print with lower volumes of material because we have special ways of doing prints without much of support or without much of an infill. And as I said, much faster than anything else in the industry.
Super interesting. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Jason, for that opportunity to present Massivit 3D for the world.
You're welcome. Okay, let's move on. The Apple Watch is starting to hit the stores. Sales are great, reviews are meh, and the jury is still out on the question whether this is just, well, an overpriced gadget or a game-changing product. Now it seems it's all up to Apple's marketing wizards, who really want us to understand how exciting and moving this watch is. So they've made 3 very moving ads that will motivate you to buy an Apple Watch or change the world, or, well, both. Once you see these ads, you'll have no option but to quickly go to your nearest Apple dealer and purchase one of the devices. So if you don't want one, just step away from the TV for a moment and shut your eyes and ears. You have been warned. Enjoy. Wow, everybody's so athletic in Apple's world. Well, yeah, enjoy your health. Now, for a long time now, several companies have been experimenting with new ways to navigate our shrinking devices, notably with eye tracking technology or with wearable technology like smartwatches. Hi, Apple. However, a team of MIT researchers have merged the two and are testing something of a smaller scale, a tiny trackpad for your thumbnail called Nailo. The project was inspired by nail stickers that are popular in Asia, and the idea of being able to navigate your device while having both hands occupied. The prototype incorporates a swappable membrane so you can change its design whenever you'd like. Here is their demo.
Current wearable technologies get smaller and thinner and closer to the human body. There's this greater need and desire to be able to personalize the appearance of these devices to make them more appealing to wear. And so Nailo is a miniaturized trackpad comparable to the size of a commercialized nail art sticker. Because of its small size, it is very subtle and discreet. So let's say that today I want to very subtly change the color of an accessory I'm wearing. When I enter or exit a certain social scenario, I can very easily do that with my fingernail. And also because it's on your fingertip, this is like a very natural and unobtrusive location. We have a lot of gestures using our fingers. So let's say today my hands are full. Perhaps you're busy cooking with both of your hands, but you want to scroll through like a recipe, then you can use Nailo as a third hand to help you do so.
Wow, this is so weird. Now let's go to something even weirder. Every month or so, an app comes along that captures the imagination of the internet. We saw it with Draw Something and Flappy Bird, but nothing had caused quite as big of a stir as any of those apps for a while. At least that was the case until everyone stumbled across the free Chinese app MyIdol. What's that? Well, MyIdol is an app that turns your selfies into digitally animated and creepy as hell avatars, which you can dress up and force to perform a variety of strange tasks like pole dancing or singing to birds or things we really can't explain what they are. The app is available on the US app stores, but it's entirely in Chinese. The developer is working as quickly as possible to bring an English language version of the app to market before the fad will fade away. Here's a glimpse into how doomed we all are.
Everything you said, and I gave you the best I had. Oh, so take it down, 'cause you're taking everything else. You played the part.
Yeah, sorry, I find it super funny. Now, every year the White House organizes the Correspondents' Dinner, and every year President Barack Obama has to be funny and give a speech. So this year he decided to have someone as a sidekick, so he brought to the stage Luther, the angry translator from the sketch show Key and Peele. It's cool.
I'm a mellow sort of guy, and that's why I invited Luther, my anger translator, to join me here tonight. Hold on to your lily white butts. In our fast-changing world, traditions like the White House Correspondents' Dinner are important. I mean, really? What is this dinner? And why am I required to come to it? Jeb Bush, do you really want to do this? Because despite our differences, we count on the press to shed light on the most important issues of the day. And we can count on Fox News to terrify old white people with some nonsense.
Funny! Okay, that's it. Show's over. That was a quick one. Thank you very much for watching. Please log on to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's TheTube24. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show. Until then, goodbye.